Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to the latest club tour here from me on FIFA 18 Ultimate Team. Now, what I'm going to show you today is my entire club on FUT, basically what's new is from the month of January. So I know we're a couple days into February already, but that's just how video schedules work sometimes. But yeah, there's been lots of pretty cool stuff during January. Of course, we had Team of the Year and of course some pretty cool Prime icons. So obviously going to be showing you the club, seeing how things have changed like that. I'll go through a whole selection of different teams that I've got at the moment, and then we'll scroll through a lot of the special items and stuff through my club towards the end. If you do enjoy these videos, and I know a lot of you guys find these interesting, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Let's try and push towards 1,000 likes on today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, and if you are, maybe you want to go and check back on the different club tours that we've done so far and see how things have changed right from the start of FIFA. So we'll start things off with the Bundesliga, the German league. I have got a 4-1-2-1-2 second variant squad right now, and I think this is probably one of the strongest Bundes sides I've had in since the start of this game, just because I normally don't have the Bundesliga, the Serie A, or the French Ligue 1 at my disposal, because I like the Prem players and I like icons and stuff like that. So I don't normally have like crazy teams, but I feel like you could go into an online game with this team and you would smash. You would do very, very good things because it's strong. You know, we've got a lot of Bayern Munich players, to be fair. Like we've got Neuer, we've got Boateng, we've got Hummels, we've also got David Alaba at the back with Vidal at CDM. My midfield is actually pretty stacked with Vidal, Goretzka. He's a beast on the game. We all know that. We also have James Rodriguez and the FUTWIZ version of Junuzovic. But where we've really improved in the Bundesliga this month is the strike force. So I didn't do FUTWIZ Werner, and then he got an inform, so I decided that I'm going to buy that. Bought him for a video a week or two ago and decided not to sell him. So I've kept him in the club for now, and he's a beast, as well as my new favourite thing, which is Leon Bailey. I've said that a few times in different videos this week. But yeah, 84 rated Bailey is unreal. I really like him, and he is playing left forward at striker on 7 chem in this particular squad. Subs bench wise, I mean, there's a fair few things that we could use, but yeah, this is the starting 11. So let's move on to what have we got in the Italian league. I think this one is actually looking relatively colourful at this point. Like, I don't think it's changed much since last month. However, I do like this starting 11, and I think again this would be quite a viable option to use online. We have the likes of Fatmas Koulibaly. The midfield is good because it's got Inform Allen, and Inform Allen is unreal. We've also got the 89 rated League SBC Hamsik at cam. He's a beast and will do a great job. And then, like, I've got Rui Costa in there. We all know that he played his football for Milan, and he's worked his way in there. For some reason, I've got him as a striker at the moment. I think that was because one of my previous, like, best teams, I needed him for like chemistry reasons to go up front before changing him to cam or centre mid in game. And then we've got Dries Mertens, which I either packed during the Team of the Year madness or I've had him for a while. I can't quite remember which. La Liga then. La Liga's looking alright, just simply because of one specific player, and that is of course Team of the Year Lionel Messi. Now this is the highest rated best player, I guess, that I've got in my club, because, well, I mean, 98 overall with 96 pace, 97 shooting, 98 passing, 99 dribbling. Unbelievable. 4-star skills and weak foot, and it's just look at the end games, really. There's just so many 99s absolutely everywhere. That might be the most 99s a player has ever had, unless 99 Ronaldo, of course, can top it. I'm not sure if he can, but that's crazy. And the boost in stamina for this particular beast makes him so much more viable than the regular Messi on the game. And then I got like low CR7 as a striker. We've got Fatmas Paulinho. Like, other than that, the squad's not changed. You know, we've brought in Messi, and that's about as good as it's getting right now in La Liga. I don't think I could quite afford a regular Ronaldo. If I was going to buy him, I'd have to sell some stuff up. But after I've made this video and we are out of the way for like all of the January stuff, maybe I'll sell some of my players and start to move on and gain coins again for whatever like the next promos are. Of course, we've got ones to watch out at this point in time. Liga is a different squad that I need to show you. I think it's not looking too bad. had this month. Like, again, I reckon it's probably very similar, if not the same as the month before. But I know we've picked up the likes of Verratti over Team of the Year, but the majority stays the same. You know, I've got FUTWIZ, Meunier, Fabinho, Draxler, and then up front I've got regular Mbappe, and I've also got the League SBC Cavani. I just don't feel like this team is going to go huge places until somewhere like Team of the Season, because I'm not going to put the money into like one of the special versions of Mbappe right now. I've had him, I've sold him. I don't feel like I need to have him in my club at this point because I'm not really using him, but yeah, it's an alright squad. You know, it's a pretty solid team, to be fair. Now, have we just got the Premier League left? Let's go to the English Prem, shall we? This team's looking pretty spicy. I really like this team, and I think it's one of the strongest that I've got on Ultimate Team right now, because it's full of crazy special items, you know? We seem to always get loads of amazing informs and Player of the Months and FUTWIZ versions of players from the Premier League. Now, the way that this team has changed since last month, well, we've got a few additions, really. We've got ones to watch Ederson in goal. I picked him up because regular Ederson has been so good for me that I figured if ones to watch Ederson's probably going to be an even beastlier version. And yeah, I think he's a better version. And if he gets any more informs throughout the season, then we've got a money maker in him. The midfield has changed with 3 players because I brought in Team of the Year N'Golo Kante. Beast, 95 overall rating with like crazy stats across the board. This guy just runs everywhere. He literally runs everywhere, and I love him. Now, the best thing I packed during Team of the Year, unfortunately, was Pogba. I mean, there's still a great pool, but there was a fair bit of money spent there, and I didn't manage to get myself a blue in a pack, which definitely sucked. I didn't even get an icon for all the special packs, but Pogba was my best, so I'm going to keep him as a first owner, and I really like him in midfield running things with Kante. And then I play 91 Harry Kane a little bit further back at Cam because, yeah, he's got 79 pace. You know, I haven't got the Team of the Year version at the moment. It seems a bit expensive. I've got this version, which is untradeable, so I'm happy with that for now. And the 95 shooting that he's got is just crazy. That's why I like to play him a little bit further back. And then up front here, we've got 89 rated FUTWIZ Ibra, and then the 88 rated Player of the Month Salah, who, if he gets like boosts and upgrades with a ratings refresh, I think this rating could go up. The stats will definitely go up, and he will be monstrous. He'll be like Mane from last year, when Mane got auto-boosted and his stats went crazy everywhere. That could be quite fun in the coming weeks. But then on the bench for the Prem, like, I've got loads of special items here. I've even got like an 87 Son that's not getting into the starting 11. What's going on there? That's purely formational basis because he is a beast. We've also got 87 Mane, Wijnaldum, Musa. You know, there's some solid players in the Prem this year. Too many to fit in one squad, that's for sure. So, I think we've been through the major leagues. Let's take a look at this one, which is called Review. So I made this mega squad because I bought myself Yari Littmanen, the middle version, and then I also bought myself Baby Owen, because these are 2 players which I come up against Littmanen all the time, and he does me in. And I feel like maybe there's some people out there looking at him thinking about buying an icon. What's Littmanen like? So I want to review him over on the FUTWIZ channel this week. And then also Baby Owen, I want to get him done because I want to get the middle one done, and then hopefully at some point we'll get the prime, and it'll be nice, just because I feel like a lot of people neglect Owen, but he's got relatively good stats, and I think he could be a deadly striker. So I'll use this team here to test both of those 2 out, and there's loads of beastliness around them. You know, Messi, Ronaldinho, we got Hullet as well. Like, it's just a mega squad, really. It's a nice team. So that's Review. What else have we got in the club right now? Fun. What is Fun? Fun's going to be a mega team as well, but it just features some of the players which I think are pretty cool, or that I always have a lot of fun with on FUT. Specifically, Yashin in goal because he's got a hat. That's pretty fun, isn't it? I love it. Roberto Carlos because he is amazing. He is one of the more fun players on the game. I really like these 2, you know, Koulibaly and Hamsik. Like, they work well together. Hullet's unreal. He's like the best. He really is. He's just game-breakingly good. So he, of course, makes it into the fun, because we always have good times with Hullet. Pogba, 5-star skill moves, and he's nice and tall and stuff, and he does crazy stuff on the game too. Promes is unreal. I haven't used this Ronaldo, but I'm going to guess that he's going to be pretty fun. And then this guy holds the title of just most awesome player on the game. Like, Hullet's the best, but Ronaldinho is the most fun. And he's a great nostalgic player for me. I really enjoy using him. I use him in a lot of teams where I'm like reviewing other players and stuff. So his goal to game ratio is not great for me. I think, you know, still more than one contribution per game, even though I'm not necessarily like forcing the ball to him or anything anymore. But still, he's just my favourite. He actually is my favourite. I'm so glad I did the SBC for him. Yeah, Ronaldinho, what a monster. I love him. So then we got a full icon team. This is what a full icon team could look like at this point in time. Not everyone in the perfect positions and stuff. Like we've got Puyol at right back. That's not ideal. But I don't have a Zanetti, and there hasn't been a prime one yet, so we don't have a loan out that I could pick up on the game. So I've got lots of loans in here. I'm thinking about selling this Blanc so that I can do the Rio SBC, and I would use someone like Pires as fodder for that SBC. I don't know if that's a good idea. Like I'm going to end up coming away with a bigger coin balance because I'll sell Blanc for nearly 900k. This, you know, Pires is worth 500 odd, you know, or 400 or 500 odd for the Rio SBC, and then I'll have a lot of the stuff already in my club, and I could basically get 90 prime Rio, which everyone seems to love. So that's an option, or I could wait and, you know, keep Blanc, maybe sell him at a later date, and maybe get prime Maldini if and whenever that comes out. That could be good. Yeah, that might be an idea actually. I don't know. You'll see next month if I've made any changes. But can you imagine, like, constantly being able to use a forward four of Hullet, Bergkamp, Del Piero, and Ronaldinho? It would be great. I'd love it. I really would. I've got a couple of like squad builder type things. You know, this right here was the squad builder from earlier on today. If you wanna see more in depth about this team, you know, how did Okocha, how did Inzaghi perform? There'll be the video that I did earlier on today, and then hopefully I'll review both of these players for FUTWIZ as well. So you can get a nice in-depth look from either channel really, or from both if you really want to know about those sorts of players. But it was a fun squad to do, a mix between the Prem, the Serie A, and a couple of icons in there too. It was just nice to test out different players. Squad Builder 2 again is just like, this is a 4-4-2 side. It's a little bit on the cheaper side apart from MESSI, but a lot of pros were using the 4-4-2 at the event last week or whenever it was. So I thought I'd just whip something together featuring a few players from the club, and I feel like you could do damage with a team like this. And then finally we have my best team. This is like my crazy starting 11 of what I would consider my best players, or the best team I could possibly build. And that is right here. So I like Edison in goal. He's going to be my #1 goalkeeper. The defense of Valencia, for me, just the best. He's unreal. As well as Laurent Blanc, Eric Bailly, and then prime Roberto Carlos. That's a sick defense. In the midfield, we have Kante, Pogba, and Hullet. I don't know if there's much better than that either. You know, maybe people would say Matthias over Pogba, or special versions of Pogba and stuff, or maybe Vieira, but I don't have them at my disposal, apart from the loans on a couple of them. So this is just like my full team that I could go into game whenever I wanted to, not worry about loan contracts or anything like that. And then a front three of Leo Messi, Ronaldinho, and 87 Heung-min Son. That's just crazy. So the way I would line this team up in game, if we were to switch it around, is I would go to the trusty 4-1-2-1-2. You could even go to the 4-2-3-1, and I'll show you that in a second as well. But I would play Pogba right centre mid. Hullet is going to go left centre mid with Kante at DM, Ronaldinho at cam, and that can switch between Messi and Ronaldinho, like depending on who you want to play up front at the time. Heung-min Son always going to go left striker for me because I love that 5-star weak foot action. And then you might think, well, surely Messi should go on the left, hit the low drivens across. But if you've watched my videos on Messi over the past couple weeks, you know that I like to cut inside from the right hand side and then whip it finesse shot into the top corner. I have a huge amount of success with that from the 98 rated Argentine. So yeah, sometimes you could go like that if you just want to take pot shots with Leo, but that's one option. And then of course you could go 4-2-3-1, which would also work in game with something like probably put Messi right, Hullet comes back a little bit as well, swapping him with Kante. and then you could go something like that. I think would work really well on the game, and you know, get Pogba a little bit more involved, or you could even play Pogba a little bit further back, get Hullet more involved. It's up to you really. So that is what you could potentially do with the crazy players at my disposal. So I'll show you all my special cards now, and you'll see actually tomorrow I've got a random pick going live where I do some more Siri action, get Siri to pick my players, and it's a good episode, so I highly recommend tuning in the next few hours for the random pick. But these are all my special players. So obviously we start with a load of loans, a load of icon loans, and then that continues onto the second page now and goes for quite a while. We have the likes of, I mean, the icons that I own are Hullet, Blanc, Littmanen, and Owen, and then I have 2 Team of the Years in MESSI and Kante. So that's a lot of the coinage that is stored in my club right there. We then have a fair bit of money spent on Son, Edison, Lozano. Like, after this video, probably going to go ahead and sell Werner and Bailly even, not Bailly. And once I get rid of a red card with Bender, I'm going to flog him as well. Maybe he's even a bit more expensive because of the boost at the moment. I'm not too sure. But yeah, like, these are the rubbish special items that I've got, and then we move on to the icons that I own that are untradeable. Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos, Pires, and Costa. I obviously got rid of quite a few. I got rid of Overmars, Schmeichel, and somebody else. I can't remember who. Deco, for Ronaldinho himself. So he seemed like he cost a lot less because I used icons that I already had. So a lot less coins actually went out, even though I know that I spent on them in the first place. But yeah, this is how things wrap up for the end of January into February for my club. It's looking pretty good, and once I sell the icons that I've got, like Owen and Littmanen, and once I like clear out the club of some of the Bundesliga players, I think I'll be easily over 2 million again, which is obviously pretty good, you know, and I could always sell Messi if I wanted to, or who knows, you know, I'm probably a bit attached to him, so I don't really want to let him go. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the club tour for January into February, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.